Today we shall discuss about the motion of a system of particle and rigid bodies. So, what is one by what is that? We shall see the title Motion of System of Particle and Rigid Body. So, when a motion will occur, a motion occurs due to a force. So, all bodies and particles on earth move due to a force, and because of that force only, a motion occurs on a system of particle. And what is meant by rigid body? Rigid body means it is in a state of equilibrium. That is, it is in a state of uh, constant equilibrium. Then that particular body is called rigid body. So we shall see some of the topics under this particular lesson. First of all, what is meant by force? The force is that particular action which makes a particle move or to stop it from moving. So that is action which is on that particle. So it is called force. And what is internal force? Internal force is that force which is within that system of particle. For example, we can say as an atom. An atom, the electrons revolve around the proton. So it has a force within that particular system itself, then it is called internal force. And what is external force? External force is that force which is applied on a particular particle or a body and which changes the motion. For example, a boy is kicking a ball. The football moves and it rolls on. Then an external force is applied on that particular body. Then it is called an external force. So there are two types of forces, internal force and external force. And this force changes the equilibrium. So then we move on to the topic, what is meant by equilibrium? Equilibrium, as we say, equilibrium is that state of that body when the forces are balanced. So when the forces are balanced, the body is in equilibrium. The forces are not balanced, the body is not in equilibrium. So this is what we learn from equilibrium. And what is mechanical equilibrium? If the linear momentum and angular momentum are equal to 0, then it is called, and we say it as a mechanical equilibrium. And we shall see about this linear momentum and angular momentum in the coming topic again. Then what is meant by center of mass? Center of mass of a body is that particular point where the entire mass is concentrated. The entire mass of the body is concentrated, then it is called center of mass. So this particular topic is more relevant for calculating angular momentum because any body which has a momentum which acts on the center of that particular body. So we should know about this particular center of mass to arrive at that angular momentum. Then what is meant by torque? Torque is that action of force, that is moment of force which changes that particular body from equilibrium. So it is given by the symbol T equal to R into F. So R is the distance from the point or axis of rotation. Distance from the point or axis of rotation is R, and the force which acts on it. So it is a product of R into F. So R is the distance from the axis from the center point or the axis of rotation, and F is the force which makes the body move, and that hence it is defined as moment of force. So torque is called as moment of force, and the unit is Nm, Newton meter. So Newton stands for force and M stands for meter, that is the distance, hence the unit Newton meter. Now we move on to the important topic, what is meant by momentum. Momentum is given by the formula P equal to mv, where m stands for mass and v stands for velocity. So if the mass increases, then also the momentum increases, and if the velocity increases, then also the momentum increases. Momentum is referred by the letter P. Normally it is referred by the letter P. So there are two types of momentum, linear momentum and angular momentum. So linear momentum is given by I omega and angular momentum is given by I alpha. So this is the difference between linear momentum and angular momentum. And this L, that is angular momentum, is given by the formula R vector into P, where P is P equal to mv. So by this formula we arrange this angular momentum. And what is the difference between stable and unstable equilibrium? So when is the body is in stable equilibrium, when the body is not in unstable equilibrium? When the linear momentum and angular momentum are equal to 0, then in the body is said to be stable. When the linear momentum and angular momentum is not 0, then the body is said to be unstable. Then if a body is in stable equilibrium, even if it is slightly disturbed, the body will come back to its original position. Whereas in unstable equilibrium, the body will not come back to its that is original position. That is the difference between stable and unstable equilibrium. And P, that is the potential energy, is minimum and it increases in stable equilibrium, whereas the potential energy is maximum and it decreases in unstable equilibrium. The center of gravity is slightly higher in stable equilibrium and the center of gravity is slightly lower in unstable equilibrium. These 4 points are the difference between stable and unstable equilibrium. Now we shall see an example. A cyclist who is moving in a rotation, that is an angular rotation. We calculate the value of theta, that is how far the cyclist should bend so that he turns in a cyclic rotation. An expression for theta, that is a person is moving on a circle. So at what angle this particular person should move on a circle so that he does not fall down. So that particular theta we have to calculate. So the calculating the value of theta, calculating the value of theta for a cyclist, So here we take this diagram. A person is moving on a circle. Here I have drawn a circle, moving on a circle. The center point is O and it is at a distance R from C. That is the distance between O and C is R. So a person who is moving on a particular circle has to face an angular momentum or particular force. That is what we calculate. What are all the forces that is acting on that particular person? There are 4 forces acting on that particular person. When a person is moving on a circle, so there are 4 forces. What are they? First one is centripetal force. Second one is frictional force. Third one is normal force. And fourth one is acceleration due to gravity. So I will just explain through this diagram what are all the forces I have drawn here. So the first one is centripetal force. That is mv square by r. mv square by r is that particular centripetal force which makes the person to move in a circle. That is the central force acting, that is pulling that person towards the center. That force is centripetal force. It is given by mv square by r. And it is moving towards the axis. Hence it is a positive force. And next one is frictional force. Frictional force is given by F and it acts through the direction AV. So frictional force. The third one is normal force, that is given by the letter M. So the force which acting upwards, that is called normal force, which also makes the person not to fall from his position. Then finally acceleration due to gravity, which acts towards down. So we have mentioned here a downside arrow, which represents that particular force is acting towards downside, and it is given by the letter mg. Now I add all those forces and the resultant is 0. Why? Because the person is maintaining the equilibrium and all the forces should be 0. Then only the person will be moving in a particular circle. So I have added all those forces. mv square by r into bc. mv square by r into bc. bc is what? mg, that is acceleration due to gravity. So mv square by r into bc plus minus mg into ab. So mg is this particular force, that is acceleration due to gravity. ab is frictional force. So mv square by r into bc minus mg into ab. Why I have put minus sign here? Minus sign, since this force mg in ab is moving away from the normal, it is negative, and this force is moving towards the normal, hence it is positive. So mv square by r bc minus mg ab equal to 0. All those forces are clubbed here. Centripetal force acting in the direction BC, and this is the acceleration due to gravity acting towards the direction AB. So all these forces, resultant force is 0. mv square by r, instead of BC I put AC cos theta. So BC here is opposite side by hypotenuse. Hence I have put AC cos theta equal to mg AB. AB is opposite side by adjacent side by hypotenuse. Hence I have mentioned here mg AC cos sin theta. Here I AC cos theta and AC sin theta here. So when you bring down here mg tan theta, mg tan theta will be equal to mv square by r. Since if you move this down here, mg AC sin theta by cos AC cos theta, that is mg tan theta equal to mv square by r. Then tan theta equal to, I move this mg down, mv square by r into 1 by mg. This m and this m gets cancelled. V square by rg. So tan theta equal to V square by rg, and theta equal to tan inverse of V square by rg. So this is the value of theta. Value of theta is that angle. Value of theta is that angle, but the particular person should bend from the normal. From the normal, the person should bend at an angle theta, so that the cyclist does not fall down. So by the way, by calculating all the resultant of forces, I arrive at this particular value of theta and find that particular value at what angle the cyclist should move or rotate towards the axis. Thank you.